y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and if you have been watching any of my creating videos over the past few weeks, maybe even the past few months, you have noticed that I have been using these Acrylograph pens from Archer and Olive non-stop. I am loving the Acrylograph pens, markers, depending on what you want to call them. They are absolutely wonderful. They are a water-based acrylic pen, and they basically like a paint pen, like you would expect, but I just love the colors they come in, how smooth they work, and I thought I would do a video because I've had some people ask on just some tips, some things that I have picked up as I've been working with these pens a little bit more. So I will kind of dive into some of the basics. As always, I will link things down below if you're interested in checking those out. Otherwise, let's go. Currently, the Acrylograph pens come in two different tip sizes. There's the 0.7 millimeter tip, which is what I'm going to use today, and then there's the 3 millimeter tip, which is more ideal for coloring in some larger surface areas. There are 5 different color selections or color groupings. You have the tropical selection, the jewel selection, primary selection. There's a warm fall selection. There's also a cool fall selection. And then if you are a member of the Archer and Olive Club, or you have gotten one of their mystery boxes, Valentine's box, these subscription boxes, sometimes there are exclusive Archer and Olive Acrylograph pens that come in those boxes. So there's a variety of pens. They also just recently gave a little sneak peek that over at Archer and Olive, you would be able to start buying the pens individually, which is super exciting, especially if you have a few colors that you are really pumped about or that you might be using up in your collection. So stay tuned for that. That is on its way. Archer and Olive pens, Acrylograph pens, are similar to just your standard paint pen. So when you get a new pen, you can see that it is not activated. So it has the nib, the paint is inside, but it has not been activated. Every time you use a pen, an Acrylograph pen, you have to activate it new each time. So the first time you activate it, what you do is make sure the top is really secure on there, and then you're going to shake it up and down really well. Just make sure everything's mixed on the inside and to make sure that the paint is flowing to the tip. So shaking it, and then you're going to want to activate it on a blending palette, and that is simply just pressing in the tip several times until that paint starts coming in to the barrel here. So making sure it's flowing really nicely before you start using it. And then you can just very lightly, with a gentle touch, fill in the area that you are working with. Now, like I said, I only have the 0.7 millimeter pen, which is a very fine tip one, not ideal for coloring in larger surfaces, but wonderful for detail work in your bullet journaling or any other kind of journaling that you are using. Now, the plus side of the Acrylograph pens are that they are so opaque. They are absolutely gorgeous. They really cover super well. So let's try this gorgeous purple. Again, you're going to shake it, make sure it's really well mixed. This one has already been used, so it's already has ink coming, and I'm just going to activate it a little bit over here on my blending palette so it is ready to go. And this time I'm going to do a larger square because I'd like to show you how these work with layering, because that is one of my favorite things to do with these pens. Let me just fill in this square and then we'll talk about layers. Okay, one of the best parts about using these pens are their ability to layer. So I've chosen a deep dark purple and then a white. Let me just shake these and then I'll show you how well they cover. So I'm going to, again, activate it, make sure the ink is flowing over there on the side, and then just come over the top. It has completely dried, and it's just really nice how it layers. I absolutely love it. So there's some white. Let me make sure this one activated, flowing. Actually a lot right there. And coming through with this one. So they layer so nicely. I absolutely love it. I can come back with another layer of that white just to get an even more opaqueness. And I absolutely love that. It is so fun to play with the layers on these pens and to put them all together. You just want to make sure that it is drying completely between each of the layers. Now, something else that is really fun with these pens is to do blending. So let's pick some colors. Let's try this coral and yellow. So I'm going to shake both of these. There are several different ways to blend. My favorite is to start with the darker color. Let me activate this one. Okay, so for blending, I'm going to just start with the darker coral color. You do have to work kind of fast with acrylographs because they do dry pretty fast, but I'll just make a square with the darker color. And then I'm going to come in with the lighter color right over the top and kind of blending it out from there. And you can see you end up, as you blend out, with just a really pretty gradient effect that comes out really nicely. And you can bring it out farther and farther. And now I can always go back, add a little bit more of the coral in, and then bring that out even more with the yellows as I'm blending here. So I prefer to do it directly with the markers instead of using the blending tool, but they do have a blending marker. Let me show you how that works. Okay, another option for blending would be kind of the same procedure, but this time I'm going to also use the blending marker. So I'll put together two boxes. Fill this one in. And then right next to it, I'll come in with this color. And then we'll come back with the blending marker between the two. And you can see how that'll start to blend those together. And you can still get a gradient feel, but to me, it's just not as smooth. So it's definitely not my favorite way of blending those two. You can also blend directly onto your palette. So I can take a couple of different pens right here, add in the ink, come back with this one, get some more ink, and then come in with my blender pen, mix the two of those until I get the desired color. I might want to come in with even more of the lighter, adding plenty of that in. And you see, you can kind of create your own color. You can pick it up as much as you can on your blending brush, twirling it, getting it all over the nib, and then bring it over to your page, and you'll have your custom color. Now, to me, that ends up being a little bit of a fussy way to do it. So that's not my favorite method of blending. Plus, they come in so many different colors. I'm not really picky on having to pick a particular color and blend it in that way. Now, let's talk about some troubleshooting, some things that you might run into. So the biggest problem that I most often run into would be my pens not seeming to flow. So maybe I'm drawing some lines and I just don't feel like it's flowing very well. Usually the biggest issue with that is that I did not activate it again. You have to activate it before each use. So every time you pick up the pens, you're going to want to shake up and down, having a spare piece of paper or your blending palette, and then using that to really make sure that the ink is flowing nicely. Another issue that I've seen people talk about would be scratching. So if you're pressing too hard, you'll actually hear a scratching and it can skip on your paper. So you're going to want to be careful with that. If you feel like you're not getting a really opaque coverage, part of it might be using the wrong size pen. So like I said, I have all 0.7 millimeters. When I am trying to fill in a larger space, that can sometimes be tricky. With this size, I tend to not get as great of coverage. So the 3 millimeter is designed for wider coverage for coloring, things like that. It is recommended to store the acrylographs horizontally. I am a rebel and I don't do that. Mine are vertical. So that also just means I really have to double check and make sure that they are activated and the ink is flowing before I start writing. Probably my favorite two acrylograph pens would be the two metallics that I have that have come in the subscription box and in the Valentine's box. So there is a silver metallic, and then there is also a metallic gold that is absolutely beautiful. And I love working with metallics. So I'm really hoping that they will continue making these. So in my Archer and Olive notebook, it is nice thick paper. There is definitely no shadowing, no ghosting. The plus side of this is that also in a Bible, because these are acrylic, there is no bleed through. These are not going to bleed through any of the pages of Bibles. If you are a Bible journaler, they hold up well in all of the different journals that I have tried them in. I am absolutely loving them. Every set of acrylograph pens also comes with 2 extra nubs that you can use as a replacement if for some reason yours gets damaged or possibly you have to take it out to clean it. This little bag is excellent for cleaning. If one seems to be clogged, you just put it in here by itself, add in some water, let it sit for a few minutes, and it should kind of rehydrate the pen if it's dried out, if you left the cap off, something like that. Speaking of the caps, that is another tip. Always make sure you fully click the cap. You can hear it click. Just to make sure it is closed all the way when you store your acrylograph pens. So the acrylograph pens are really great for coloring in stamped images, which is one of the main ways that I use them. I like the 0.7 millimeter tip for that reason, because I can get really detailed work done on the colored images or on the stamped images, and it comes out absolutely gorgeous. So another thing that I love about the acrylographs is that you can do some layered stamping without having to worry about masking. So for instance, these 2 flowers are stamped on top of each other. If I wanted this flower to be in the forefront, then I would just be able to color directly over it. And you can see I didn't have to do any masking, and it automatically kind of makes those look layered in that way. And I love the fact that it's so opaque that you can do that. It's absolutely just amazing to me. It saves time when I am working with these stamped images, and it really has made me kind of be reinvigorated by my different stamps. So I love it. You can see it's just so cool how well they layer. So I love to use them for that. I really like using them for lettering, especially in my bullet journal. They are just one of my favorite pens to use. They're great in art journaling as well. They hold up well on some different textures. So I have been really pleased. I would love to hear, have you tried the acrylographs? Do you have a favorite set, maybe a favorite size? Like I said, all I have is the 0.7 millimeters so far, but I will definitely be collecting the other ones. As of right now, they come in sets of 10 that would have 8 exclusive colors, plus a white, and I'm blending in each one. So make sure to check them out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link everything down below, just like always. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.